The journey back to nature begins, where only the silence of the ancient forest and the instinct to survive remain. Pausing in this wilderness, I study the terrain. Every tree stump and blade of grass could become support. In this vast forest, finding this small stream is the key to staying alive. A sip of cool water from the rocky spring gives me fresh energy for the challenges ahead. With my axe ready in hand, it is time to turn these rough logs into useful tools. Clearing a small patch of ground, this will be the beginning of a peaceful shelter deep in the forest. Sometimes, true wonder lies in the tiny lives quietly resting on green leaves. Work is the best way to merge with nature's rhythm. Little by little, I gather materials for my future. The sharp ring of the axe echoes through the forest. Every strike is a statement of human persistence against nature. Pulling the heavy logs with all my strength, I am slowly turning the dream of a sturdy shelter into reality. The wood is ready. I carefully shape each piece, building the skeleton of a home in the heart of the wild. Every trip carrying wood tests my will, and every plank is soaked with sweat and dedication. Stacking the wood neatly, every step must be planned to keep the work on schedule. Measuring with precision, because in survival, meticulousness is essential to make every joint fit perfectly. With these simple handmade tools, drilling holes into the logs demands more patience than ever. Amid the hardship, blooming spring flowers feel like a precious gift for the traveler. Quietly fitting each wooden frame together, I am building my own home one determined step at a time. Driving each wooden peg into place, firm connections are the foundation that will let the structure withstand. Checking every joint carefully, safety is always the top priority when living in the deep wilderness. The floor frame is finished, and the feeling of seeing the first result is hard to put into words. Cutting more small wooden pieces, even the smallest detail requires complete focus. Sharpening each wooden piece, I am preparing carefully for the next joints. Arranging the finished materials neatly, an orderly workflow makes the job much smoother. Rechecking the size of the timber, I am mapping out the next construction steps. Making the support posts requires endurance. Every cut tempers a man's resilience. Drilling the first holes into the large tree trunk, the house will soon rise above the leaves. Checking the depth of the holes, precision down to the millimeter, is the key to good workmanship. Setting the beam in place, watching the sturdy structure appear is deeply reassuring. Using all my strength to secure the beam with the axe, this hard labor is forging my endurance. Standing up to inspect it, the sturdiness is the clearest proof of the effort I have invested. Measuring the distance between ladder steps, logical thinking is my most reliable companion. Adding more wood to complete the ladder, each rung is a piece of a woodsman's creativity. Drilling a new position, persistence will not let me stop while the work is unfinished. The climbing ladder is complete. From now on, getting up and down the treehouse will be easier and safer. Inspecting the whole ladder again, caution is never unnecessary in a harsh natural environment. Driving in the final wooden pegs for the ladder, this part of the build is now completely under control. Smoothing the surface with a knife, I want every detail to be refined and safe to use. Stepping down the ladder in satisfaction, the fruits of labor ease all the day's fatigue. Tightening the rope around the tree trunk, secure preparation is the key to safety at height. Conquering the height, I begin working among the treetops, where the view opens wide. Trimming high branches demands courage and intense focus with every swing of the axe. The trunk falls, opening up space for my home in the trees. Standing on the stump and looking at the result, I feel truly free in the breath of the wild. Measuring the top of the tree, preparing for the next steps in building a strong foundation. Cutting the tree top down to create a flat surface. Sacrificing a small part of the tree brings long-term. Checking the freshly cut surface, flatness is essential for a house in the trees. Joining the wooden panels together, each piece is gradually forming a sturdy floor among the leaves. Checking the high scaffolding again, caution remains my most loyal companion. The house platform is finished, a major step forward in this survival journey. Beginning the roof frame, the shape of the treehouse becomes clearer day by day. Sharpening the roof pieces, small details like these play an important role in blocking rain and sun. Testing the strength of the support post, confidence always comes from careful preparation. Digging the ground with a shovel, a survivalist must be versatile in every situation. Striking a fire with flint, the warm flame in the night forest is a symbol of hope and life. Boiling a kettle of water over the glowing fire, a little comfort after hours of hard work. Continuing to search for food from nature, survival always requires flexible adaptation. Gathering wildflowers, because even labor needs quiet moments to admire life's beauty. Charring more wooden pieces to make them more durable, every tool is carefully crafted. Slinging the backpack over my shoulder, I leave the cooking area to continue the unfinished journey ahead. Climbing back up to the treehouse, the peaceful shelter awaits after a long day of work. Resting in the sleeping bag, the silence of the night forest brings a strangely deep peace. Moonlight spills across the forest. Tonight the scenery feels romantic and mysterious. Falling asleep after a long day of labor, this is the reward I deserve most. Dawn breaks, and a new day begins with fresh challenges waiting ahead. A gentle morning workout prepares my body for a productive day of work. Tidying the workspace, the habit of order keeps my mind clear and creative. Digging up fresh wild vegetables, nature gives us the purest nourishment. Cleaning the vegetables, proper preparation is essential to stay healthy in the wild. Enjoying their natural fresh taste, simple but full of energy for the new day. Preparing a quick lunch because my top priority is getting back to the build. Continuing the work up high, persistence is the shortest road to success. Laying down a soft floor liner, the resting place now feels much warmer and more comfortable. Drilling holes for the wall frame, the lines of the house are gradually emerging in the green forest. Securing the wall posts firmly, the basic framework of the house has now taken shape. Giving the wall posts a final inspection, making sure every detail meets the standard for durability. Fixing the roof posts solidly in place, the strength of the structure always comes first for me. Climbing onto the roof to inspect it, everything looks wonderful from above under my own hands. Nailing the roof slats carefully, perfection comes from the smallest details in construction. Checking the gaps in the roof, making sure the house stays protected through every change in weather. Driving in the last wooden slats, the house is complete, marking a memorable milestone. Looking at the result from afar, pride swells as I see the structure I built with my own hands. Carefully inspecting the surrounding walls, the house's solidity brings complete peace of mind. Drilling holes for the door, a smart entrance design makes survival life more convenient. Installing the crossbar for the entrance, the house is complete with a passage I can truly be proud of. Installing the finished window, ready to welcome fresh light and cool air each morning. Cutting glass for the window, even deep in the forest, it is still possible to bring in modern comfort. Fastening the glass trim, the woodsman's skill shows clearly in every step. Looking through the new window frame, I take in the beauty of the nature I have worked so hard to live within. Each wooden barrier is installed with care, creating a strong protective layer for this little home in the forest. He carefully checks the roof slope, ensuring rainwater will run off quickly without affecting the structure inside. After hours of non-stop work, the rough structure is complete, and the relief of stepping back onto the ground. The glowing fire is ready, and he boils another pot of tea to chase away the chill of the old forest. Sipping tea and filling his lungs with the fresh scent of nature, all fatigue seems to melt away. Clean water is carefully stored in bottles, ready for the days ahead. After a short rest, he climbs up again to inspect the house, because every small detail must be perfect. A small wooden door gradually takes shape, not only an entrance but also the final piece of the house. Every drilled line is precise and meticulous. He pours his heart into even the smallest detail. The floor beams are installed firmly, forming the foundation of safety and durability. Each plank is laid neatly in place, creating a flat and solid floor surface. Under his skillful hands, the floorboards are fixed tightly, built to endure with time. He cuts more small wooden pieces, preparing to craft a practical work table. The tabletop is installed, and the little house now feels far more functional and cozy. After a final check of the structure, he is pleased with the sturdiness of the table he has just made. The rope is wrapped skillfully to form the joints, both strong and rustic in character. Climbing down the ladder, he begins a new task, improving the ground around the house. The clay by the stream bank is the finest material nature could offer for this build. Carrying heavy sacks of earth on his shoulder, he walks steadily back toward the beloved house. Following the little stream, the heart grows calmer, blending completely into the vast wilderness. Fetching more cool, clean water, this is an essential source of life for the survival journey. He organizes the workspace neatly, ready for the next step of making natural mortar. Spreading a tarp on the ground, he keeps the materials clean and easy to handle. Scoop after scoop of rich clay, the mortar-making process is gradually taking shape under his diligent hand. Clay mixed with dry grass, this is the secret of a durable natural mortar made without modern technology. Standing up to stretch, he looks around and enjoys a peaceful moment in the raw beauty of nature. A small friend suddenly appears, a little weasel peeking out from the forest canopy. He gently releases the little weasel back into nature, cherishing every small life in the green forest. The clay mixing work continues. Patience is the key to completing every plan. The heavy clay bag is carried high up, and the man's endurance never yields. Pouring the clay into the structure, step by step the house is being completed by passionate hands. Looking at the result in the middle of the forest, a quiet pride rises in the traveler's heart. Plastering clay onto the walls, he is creating a warm shield against wind and dampness. Bare hands smooth the surface, and this handmade technique makes the wall both smooth and strong. The shape of the fireplace is now clear, promising warm winter nights in this very house. He climbs back onto the roof to inspect it, leaving no gap that could cause trouble. Walking around the tree trunk, he carefully evaluates the overall structure. Gathering dry wood into the house, he prepares for the rainy days ahead. Cleaning the surrounding area, keeping the living space tidy and airy. Cutting lush forest grass, an important material for strengthening the roof covering. Carrying bundles of dried grass home, his diligence is the foundation of every success. Climbing onto the roof, the highest point of the structure, he works with courage and intense focus. The grass layer is spread evenly, a perfect natural shield protecting the house from harsh sun and rain. Adjusting each bundle of grass on the roof, every detail is refined to reach completion. Looking at the completed house, he feels fulfilled after all the effort he has poured into it. His hand brushes over the earthen wall, a gesture of appreciation for what he built with his own hands. Checking the house's ventilation, he ensures the best living environment in the deep wilderness. There is still a little wall left to finish, so he keeps digging clay to complete the job. Hoisting a sack of clay onto his shoulder, he shows tireless perseverance until everything is perfect. Plastering the remaining section of wall, the house becomes stronger and more beautiful than ever. Little by little, he carefully plasters around the window, adding a refined beauty to the build. Standing inside and looking out, light fills the space and he smiles in satisfaction. Checking the ladder again, safety is always the first priority in life deep in the forest. The handcart keeps hauling soil tirelessly, building the most complete space possible. The mortar is smoothed across the floor, creating a soft and clean surface. The floor is complete, and the house now truly feels like a home. Carefully inspecting every corner, his attention to detail is how he ensures the house will last. Cutting small wood rounds, he prepares to decorate the floor with something unique. Arranging the wood rounds evenly, he is creating a decorative surface with an artistic touch. Carrying the wood rounds upward, he keeps working tirelessly to complete the living space. Placing the wood rounds across the floor, creativity brings a new look to the house. Carefully checking the wooden floor surface, every small detail reflects the owner's care. The wooden floor is finished, elegant and warm in the heart of the wild forest. Spreading out the soft bed, the resting place after exhausting hours of work is now ready. Looking at the house one last time, satisfaction shines in the man's eyes. This house in nature is a wonderful result of perseverance and love for the deep forest. The fire flares up in the hearth, bringing warmth and life to the little house. Smoke drifts gently from the roof. What a peaceful sight amid the green wilderness. Brewing a fragrant pot of tea, a quiet way to enjoy life after many days of labor. Sipping hot tea, he feels a deep peace inside the house he built with his own hands. Night falls, and he drifts into a deep sleep in the warm, safe space. Early in the morning, the house in the forest looks poetic in the first sunlight. He wakes up and greets the first rays of sun filtering through the leaves, filled with excitement. Climbing down the ladder, a new day begins with many interesting plans waiting ahead. Walking through the forest, breathing with nature, his spirit feels light and joyful. Shaping the bow and arrows, essential survival tools for sustaining life in the wild. Assembling the bow and arrows completely, ready for the challenges of the coming days. Sharpening the arrowheads, careful preparation increases the chance of success. Testing the bow and arrows, accuracy is a vital skill he always practices. He heads into the forest to hunt, sharp eyes and courage guiding the man who masters his circumstances. Spotting a wild bird, his intense focus helps him stay in control of every situation. Moving closer to the target with skill, patience is the key to success. Carrying the catch home, the result of skill and persistence in the deep forest. Preparing the wild bird, he is practiced in every skill needed to sustain life. Building up the fire, getting a hot meal ready in the cool mountain air. The bird meat roasts over glowing coals, its irresistible aroma awakening every sense. Bringing the reward into the house, the cozy place to enjoy a meal after a long day. Enjoying the delicious food in the great wilderness. This is true freedom and happiness.